What's up, Response on Players? We're back again with another Riftbound and Down. We want to talk about some things that have been going on in the last week or so. But before that, I'm Bryan, and joining me today,
I'm Jake. If the washing machine's washing, don't do the dishes.
And I'm Nick. Don't do your dishes at a washing machine, please.
what does that mean?
It's pretty simple, Brian. Simple stuff.
Yeah. I don't understand what you don't understand. He does his dishes in the washing machine.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
a washing machine. I have to wash my dishes. Yeah, you're being silly.
I mean, fair enough. I guess I just didn't realize it. But enough about how we get clean. Let's talk about some merch updates for the store for January.
Our store? We got merch?
Yeah, our store.
We don't guys
Riot
we don't
ID.
have a merch store yet.
Okay.
We're talking about the Riot merch store.
True, very true. So this article came out.
One day we might have a merch store.
It'll be about a week ago, as of recording, and it's just talking about all the things that are going on in the Riftbound store for the month of January. The first up and most important of which is pre-orders for Spiritforged. Pre-orders on Spiritforged will be going up January 13th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And 3 products
Brian,
will be available. What's up?
I have a question. Are we actually going to be able to get product this time?
I'm hoping so. We'll have to see what happens. They are limiting what is available based on your Riot ID. But from my understanding, they also did that last time. And I got starter decks, and I'm happy with
So
the starter
the big
decks
thing is, as we continue through this article, you're going to see that the question's actually answered, because last for Origins, it was apparently pre-orders went out, and there are people that are just now getting their pre-orders, which is insane. The game's been out for months now, 3 months,
at least 1 week.
The game has been out for at least a week now.
At least a week.
But the big issue was the fact that pre-orders didn't go out in a timely manner from the Riot store. So you were kind of left scrambling for, well, what can I get for my locals? And you had a lot of people that are like, well, I have pre-orders coming, so I'm not gonna worry about going and trying to fight, at a Target parking lot for.
That took way longer than expected, and then they're like, maybe I should have fought somebody in a Target parking lot over this box.
I always choose just to fight somebody in a Target parking lot.
Exactly. Always choose to fight.
You got to maintain your territory.
You got to wake up and choose violence. So this next section, it says, talking about shipping times, it took way too long for pre-orders to arrive last time. They've implemented a number of back-end improvements to their store and logistics process, with the sole goal of getting pre-orders out sooner. They expect Spiritforged fulfillment starting with the English release on the 13th. Now, obviously, they put that with a giant asterisk that says, we can't promise that every pre-order will be in the mail that fast, but we'll do our best.
But they're going to do their best to do it, which makes sense. Obviously, as of you all watching this, pre-orders have been up for about 24 hours. So you can let us know down below if you were able to pre-order stuff easily or not.
I'm probably going to go ahead and pre-order my champion decks through there.
That's what I did last time. I ordered my champions and I ordered the proving grounds because those were all pretty available still. But I also tried to jump in much later than everybody else on the pre-order train. I didn't decide I was playing this until after everybody else in the group said, yeah, we're playing this game. So I'm hoping I probably can get my government mandated box.
Would love that.
Maybe government mandated. We'll see.
I think limiting the amount of boxes and what people can get will also help them get the stuff out faster and ensures that nobody puts in a big order and then when they get it they can scalp the hell out of it.
For sure. And
I do see. I'm sorry, Brian.
Oh no! I was just going to tie in, and I think that is what the goal is here, is to try and prevent that.
Yeah, we saw set 1 having a lot of problems, and I really feel like they're trying to scale back the amount of people that are able to get product and scalp it. We do see with a lot of card game launches, this just happens, and especially in the current card market. You've got tons of people buying them up everywhere. Costco, Walmart. I can't remember the last time I walked into a place and just saw it fully stocked with cards, like my local Walmart or Target. And I mean, most card stores I go to don't even have their hands on some of this stuff. Now, Wave 2 for Origins has gone out, and I've seen more people opening. So that's good. I kind of haven't been opening. I've kind of got
He's mostly just
my
been
one
closing.
deck that do what?
He's mostly just been closing.
Just been closing my deck box. Uh, I went to Houston, so like I kind of got some of the extra stuff I needed there.
Yeah.
I've got 2 decks that I play, and then I've got an extra deck sitting around for other people, and that's kind of it. Like I feel like I'm kind of set on Origins. I am missing playsets on some of the other stuff, but that's what I have you beautiful people for, is when I need to borrow that stuff.
That's true. Luckily, there's 3 of us who really like the game, and 3 of us who buy product because they can't stop themselves. So
Shout out to
we
the
like
other
opening.
guy. And
We like
Chef.
opening packs. All right,
hey, packs are
it's
great. I get it.
not a
Everybody loves to gamble.
problem. Nobody. Hold on. It's not a problem.
It's
I
true.
can stop anytime I want.
Not a problem. Nick just went from I want 2 boxes of Origins to just slap me with a case of Spiritforged if you can. Can we just try to put that order in?
Yeah, let's just like order.
By the way,
7
hopefully I
cases
get
of...
that whole case.
Yeah, like, I know some of that's been spoken for me. That's all that matters. That's all I care about.
You'll get what you need.
I'll get what I get.
You'll get what you deserve.
You're not playing the characters I'm playing.
That's true, which makes it a lot better.
Hopefully, no one's playing the characters you're playing. Who are you playing, Nick?
He was gonna play
Ezreal and Irelia.
There you go. You got it right.
He was
I got it right this time.
Ezekiel, Irene.
I definitely call Ezreal Ezekiel way too often.
Yeah. No.
So yeah, so far, pre-order stuff for Spiritforged looks really good. I think they're making good steps. I look forward to hopefully we get to here in a couple of weeks when it goes out. Hopefully we get to celebrate and talk about how good it was that they rolled everything out the way they did. That's the hope. Give
Absolutely.
them their kudos, their thumbs up.
And also, like, this is a much bigger turnaround than Set 1's whole setup. You know what I mean? Like, this is a 1 month of pre-orders. We had 3 months, I believe. I think it was in August.
It was something like, it was like 2 or 3. Yeah,
it was like July, I think. Because I don't think I pre-ordered until September sometime, and everyone was like, "I don't know why you haven't pre-ordered already."
I know, pretty standard affair. I know distributors are taking pre-orders for Set 3 right now. So like,
yeah, that's what I've heard from my local game stores. They're like, we're not talking about it yet, but you guys will be wanting. I will be talking to you guys soon about whether you want more boxes for the third set.
That's what I've heard. Is the distributors are already taking pre-orders for Set 3. The pace is always wild to me when I think about it. So
to be fair, we are getting this weird like sort of truncated effect because we're trying to catch up with China. And I believe we're supposed to be caught up with China's release on Set 3.
Are we? Is that
what I mean is like
that's what I've heard is the plan.
Set 3 is the last one that I think is like not technically synced up, and then Set 4 is just a global release date for everybody, is my understanding. But I could be off by one. My understanding was basically like Set 3 English is coming out a little after Set 3 China.
But like also, at the end of the day, it's all better than Bandai, which requires you to order like 6 months in advance. So,
dude, Bandai, don't get me started on Bandai, especially with like the Gundam card game and like their events. Like, we think it's bad for like the Riftbound stuff going on right now. Riftbound just came out, and like they're already trying to curb stuff. Bandai's had the same problems for the last like 5 to 7 years. Every time they launch a card game, and they never fix it. Their events are always, for like when their card games come out, they're always the same problem that we have with Riftbound. One Piece, I think, is still having some of the same problem we're having with Riftbound, like that we had with Vegas. Like, at least when we look at, we look at Riftbound, they are trying to fix some of these problems. And even at Houston, we saw them fix a big problem in real time.
Yeah,
Like,
basically, they're like, oh, that was a problem. That's not going to be a problem anymore. Here's the solution. Don't do that, please.
yeah, so like as much as I like to gripe and complain, like
You are a
Bandai,
griper.
I feel for people that are like on that competitive Bandai grind that like want to go to all those events because they have the same problems we do, and Bandai like refuses to fix most of their issues. Like they don't care. Bandai's getting their money and putting out whatever anime slop they want in Union Arena and calling it a day.
It's a guaranteed revenue stream, baby, for them. Not for us. We don't get anything.
No, not for us. We don't work for Bandai.
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless.
Unless.
So anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about some other stuff. Let's just talk about something that's coming out also pretty soon. The Lunar Revel bundle for 2026. We'll put it up so you guys can see it. It's really cool key art of everything that's going on. You get a really sick Irelia metal card sleeves box. This thing looks awesome.
Is it a metal card?
The one next to it is metal, I think. Isn't that right?
No.
No, I was like, what?
It looks like
no, the coin is metal.
The coin is, yeah.
My bad.
Let me do my little tidbit. My only complaint about this, because I think everything looks amazing. Too bad it's not in English, so we can't actually use it if you're playing with an English deck. You'd have to play with a simplified Chinese deck in order to officially use the promo. Altar Legend.
Then use it.
Yeah, I mean,
is unfortunate.
Yeah, like because there's no plans, I think, for an English, or we haven't heard anything for an English edition, and that's really not even the only problem is that you can't play with the Aurelia. It comes with 3 booster packs in it. They're Chinese booster packs.
Mm-hmm. Also,
yeah, it very clearly states on here there is no English version.
Yes, I was gonna say. Also, very importantly, that goes live on February 17th, so right after set release, and will not ship until May. So, does it really matter that there's 3 packs of set 2 when set 3's out at that point?
Yes. I think cracking packs is always cool, and you won't be able to use those cards unless you're already playing a Chinese deck. Like this is cool. Don't get me wrong, especially for the price point. Like I think so far a lot of their bundles and stuff have been priced really cool. Well.
Yeah, very.
You're getting a playmat, you're getting sleeves, you're getting a cool metal coin, and it could be gold. You're getting red envelopes, which have to do with the Chinese New Year, and you're getting 3 packs for $40. Hell of a bundle.
Yeah.
Like,
is it being in Chinese going to stop me from getting it? Probably not.
Maybe we'll.
Like that playmat, give it some amount of time, and that'll probably be a $40 playmat by itself.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess it depends on how many of these are distributed. That'd be the biggest question on how crazy cost-wise. But the playmat, that's evergreen. That playmat looks cool, and
the gold Poro coin gonna sell for $400.
Maybe actually
1 in 10. It's $40 for the box. So yeah, I mean,
I've seen some
math,
crazy
right?
numbers on Riftbound stuff. All right,
that's the math, right? It's just 10 times the worth of the silver coin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, so like that's the thing is like this bundle is cool. I wish we were getting it in English. I really like this Aurelia art.
Yeah.
When I saw this Aurelia art originally, I was like, I cannot wait to get that in English. That is beautiful. And it'll probably be foiled. It'll probably look really nice.
Yeah, it'll probably really cool.
Playmat, really cool. As somebody who likes collecting playmats and stuff.
Oh. I was a bad boy and didn't do my reading before this. The next thing is actually really cool. I didn't realize we were getting a restock of some things.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Stop
reading ahead.
I read ahead. I'm sorry.
So I wanted to go over verbally what all is actually in the bundle, because we just kind of talked around it some. and actually say how much it is.
Oh yeah.
This collection will have one Chinese language Mythmaker Aurelia alt art champion legend promo, one Mythmaker Aurelia playmat, which looks really cool, 3 Chinese language Spiritforged booster packs, 8 custom red pockets, which are the red envelopes that you send New Year's money through, 1 pack of 70 card sleeves that have the Mythmaker Aurelia art on it, and 1 metal Poro coin. 1 in 10 of them will be gold, all others will be silver. And then the price point is $39.99.
That's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal.
I think the price is really what saves it, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah.
if this were $10, $15 more, $20 more, it'd be a hard pass for me. Even though the art is really good and the playmat is really good, like I said a minute ago, big fan of collecting like exclusive playmats, stuff like that. I might get this just for the playmat.
I'm definitely getting this for the playmat and the sleeves, and I'll use that character at locals until somebody complains.
Nice.
True, very true. And you get a cool coin. Yeah, I was saying sort of, because we were talking about it a little bit. At that price point, it wouldn't be unheard of in other card games to just get matte sleeve coin at $40.
Yeah.
So, like, as an English person who can't use the Chinese cards necessarily, I'm still getting basically what I paid for. I'm not getting the extra packs, which kind of, like Jake said, opening packs is really cool. Sucks that I don't have anything cool to do with those cards because I can't really use them. It is cool to have them.
I know a lot of people, some locally and others have been making their decks fully in Chinese cards because they're cheaper. So I think there will be at least locally a way to like trade, maybe sell them, if you're not able to use them and utilize the foreign cards. So less of a loss there.
Yeah, for sure. I know that I remember a little before we had received the cards in the States that I knew people who were basically proxying their decks by getting those cards in Chinese and then just like playing with them because they don't like playing with not real cards and just kind of just playing them out that way. I definitely know some people who had bought like whole decks worth and just kind of figuring them out from there.
That was definitely something that happened for some people, not me.
Yeah, not me either. But
I didn't want to buy the cards twice.
Same. I barely wanted to buy the cards when I was available to get them because I wasn't sure that I was getting into this game until way too late.
That's why
Now here you are.
Every card game.
Yeah, now I'm here.
Yep. Be like Jake and I.
Be like
started from the bottom, still at the bottom.
Slightly above the
A
bottom.
little above the bottom.
Oh, next topic.
Anyway, so let's talk about some other things that are being stocked. That's a thing that's coming out in the future. These are a couple things that have already come out. The first of which is the Proving Grounds is getting restocked. They had already confirmed earlier that they are reprinting them. There's been a lot of desire for them. They're still figuring out the exact timing of when that will happen, but it should be available in LGSs and on the merch store in the coming months for Riot. It is noted that what's up? Oh yeah, you said you.
I was just saying I need to pick up one of those.
Yes, it will be noted that the cards are going to be slightly different than the ones in the first printing. They're working with a different printing partner than they did for the first round. It also is changing the MSRP to an even $40. I think they were $39.95. Is that right? Or are they $49.95?
For Proving Grounds?
For the previous Proving Ground.
I think they were $29.99.
Were they only 30? Did I spend that little on them? I thought I spent.
Yeah, they were like they were like $30, I think. Yeah, because they're increasing the MSRP.
Yeah, I knew the MSRP was going up.
They were $29.99.
Okay, so they were 30.
That is what it is currently on the Riot store for
But now they're
as
going up
a
to
out of
40.
stock pre-order. So $10 increase for hopefully a better quality of product.
Even if it's not better quality, roughly the same. As people are now playing Flash in purple that only comes from Proving Grounds,
Yeah.
you literally can't play Annie unless you get the Proving Grounds stuff because all of Annie's stuff is in that deck or is in the Proving Grounds. So you have to trade somebody, and that stuff's really expensive for no reason. I mean, not for no reason, right?
For a very specific reason.
For a very specific reason, actually. Yeah. And like that feels bad because if you're like, oh, Annie topped, I want to go play Annie. Okay, well now I have to spend a whole bunch of money to go get into Annie because I didn't get the Proving Grounds stuff.
Yes.
Which is unfortunate. And there were a lot of people that wanted the Proving Grounds boxes. They just weren't able to get them. I know a bunch of people, both locally and not locally, that were just like, I wanted it so I could play with my friends and introduce it to my play group and stuff and couldn't get it.
One of the things I'm a little surprised of, because like I said, reiterating for like the 30th time this recording, I decided to buy into the game late, but there were plenty of Proving Grounds for me to pre-order. I think people weren't interested in picking up the Proving Ground, and then when it finally sold out through like trickle attrition, and then it turned out 2 characters from it are very good, everyone's just like, what the heck, man?
To be fair, we knew Yi was good going into the launch of the game. Like, if you've paid attention to the game at all in China, you would know that Yi was like one of the surefire guns. Since most people I talked to about the Proving Grounds are like, yeah, man, I got to get one because Yi. Which is funny because Yi's really like, he's still good, but he's not like the big threat that everybody thought he was.
I think Yi is a solid character. And if you have good card game fundamentals, you can win games because you know what to do, and he pushes you up ahead. But then anybody who understands that and has also good card game fundamentals is allowed to just play a character that does more.
True. And like Annie, I do feel like is like the sleeper of the box. Like I didn't remember anybody talking about Annie going into like that box coming out.
Yeah, they were all talking
about flashes. Like nobody really talking about flashes, even though like as we've seen, fight or flight, moving your stuff away from battlefields is broken.
Word.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
Yeah, I think it's been really interesting. Proving Ground restock really good. $10 extra. I mean, that box at $30 was a steal anyway. I get like less. That's less than $10 a deck. Like that's
that's why I was
plus really good.
You get like the little character oriented placemats.
Little characters.
Oh yeah, and you get the little chibi standy things that are so sick
up there because they're
like
cool.
those are sick.
Yeah, they're cute. They're fun. Like
for $30, like that box was a steal. If you were getting into the game, in my opinion, it was a no-brainer pickup, no matter what.
Honestly, if you're getting into the game once the restocks happen, pick up a Proving Ground.
I mean, at $40, if you're $10 a deck, like starter decks are 15 to 15, 20. So
yeah,
like
I think they're 13 MSRP, $12.99.
I don't think that's the case because they come with a booster pack.
Am I wrong? I know I didn't spend very much on them.
The ones I bought from like Walmart. I was able to
pre-order starter decks and Proving Ground. That was what was available when I got.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spent like $20 a deck at like Walmart.
I think it's like 20 because I saw plenty of starter decks and I was like, $20 for a pack ain't worth for me.
Well, Nick, you pulled it up earlier for the Proving Ground. Pull up one of the starter decks on the right.
Okay,
right now.
I'll find it.
Do it now.
Just any of them; they're all the same price.
I clicked the wrong link. Sorry, forgive me. $20, $19.99 for Jinx.
Were they? Okay, well, I mean, I guess they were $20 then. I just didn't think I'd spent that much.
Yeah,
but that's not a bad. That's still not bad because, like you said, it did come with a pack.
Yeah, it came with a pack. I'm not complaining about that price either. I think that price is fine. I'm just saying, in general, if you look at starter decks being $20,
and
these are basically this is just 4 starter decks, so you can play immediately with your friends. You and one friend have the choice of playing different decks, or you and 3 friends can all play either 2v2s or like free for all, which we've done.
Free for all is fun.
That was a fun time.
Great mode.
I do like winning.
Shut up, Nick.
It's overrated. I never win things.
So I think overall, like Proving Grounds restock, you better get it. You better get it when it comes out. It's definitely a no brainer.
We don't have
I'll
an
be picking
update
up mine.
on. Sorry, yeah. So like, we don't have an
Oh,
update on when exactly that will be out yet. They said they also noted that because these are slightly different, they've already tested the printing and have found that it is not able to be told which printing you have in a blind test from judges and such. Once it's sleeved, when it's unsleeved, it feels different enough, I guess. Obviously, I don't have the two in my hand to like trying to figure that out. Focus.
So that leads us into our next one. They're also going to be restocking Origins.
True. They said they don't have any huge...
MSRP will be $300.
We'll see.
Don't believe that.
Headline simple. More Origins coming both to your LGS and the Riot merch store. I know that my LGS was notifying, hey, recently they're like, hey, we got more product in, so swing by, spend your money, get this product out of our hand. We don't want it. We want you to have it. They don't have a lockdown timing on the restock for the Riot Games store or the merch store, but they are basically saying here they firmly believe that Riftbound benefits most from having cards that are easily accessible to players, and Origins being the first game set makes it fundamental to play. And they're going to continue bringing more Origins to players until they are satisfied with how available it has been as the game continues to age and grow.
Yeah, and like that's pretty much it for this, right?
I mean, the Arcane box set has been delayed. Mid-February is when it's expected to ship. That's it. That's the rest of
it. The sad news is that it got delayed. Was that 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I think it was supposed to be the end of January was the original ship date.
Yeah.
And now it's pushed to mid-Feb, which sucks, I guess. It's not ideal. Obviously, we want our stuff when it can be available to us. But they're letting us know pretty much as soon as it seems to have come available to them. Yeah, and as soon making their way.
And I need it now.
But yeah, that's everything from the merch store update. Now let's talk about something completely different. Sort of.
Well, I mean, as we continue to get closer to Spiritforged, we want to make sure that we're staying up to date on like the changes in the meta and like prevalence across different regions or different places that are already playing Spiritforged. So we have another tournament report ish to look at.
Correct.
A pretty massive tournament too at that.
We do have another tournament. So this was a tournament, third-party tournament in Bologna recently. Was a 339, 340, something like that, player tournament held by a third party. This wasn't a regional. This was a Runes and Rift, or Runes League, I believe is what they're calling it, tournament event. It is using Spiritforged. I don't know all the details. I didn't run the tournament. Wasn't in the tournament.
You didn't run the tournament?
No, I'm not part of Rune. I'm not John Rune.
You're not John Rune. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the podcast. That's the only reason we have you here.
I'm actually James Rift. I'm the other guy.
I see the mistake you got made.
But no,
we're gonna have to talk to HR about that.
They gave us a cool top 16 deck distribution breakdown, which we're going to talk about, and then we're going to talk about the deck that won it all. The top 16 deck distribution, which includes Spiritforged champions, or legends, I should say.
You want to go through them one at a time?
Yeah, let's start from the bottom and then work our way to the most.
This distribution, I can't.
So
I'm gonna need you to name every single. I'm gonna need 16 champion names, bud.
Sure. But I'm gonna do them from least represented to most represented in the top 16.
Okay, deal.
So first we had Victor, who has already been kind of showing up in a lot of these things. Not that weird.
Set one, boo.
Kaisa. Everyone would expect Kaisa to be on this list.
Super boo.
Master Yi. Everybody kind of is expecting.
Also super boo.
Teemo, which is
Teemo.
kind of surprising. Well, not that surprising, but
Teemo's cool though.
then we have Rek'Sai, new contender.
That too.
Rek'Sai, new contender. Then we have Draven. Woo! Draven,
Draven's a
baby.
two.
Then we have Draven. Then we have Draven. Then we have
Oh, that's
Draven.
a lot of Draven.
Then we
Oh,
have
God.
Draven. Then
No.
we have Draven. Then we have Draven. Then we have Draven. Then we have Draven. And then to top it off, we have a 10th Draven. 10
There's so much
of
Draven.
the top 16.
Welcome to the League of Draven.
Exactly. 10 of the top 16 were Dravens.
Where my Irelia and my Ezreal's at?
The bottom of the board where they belong.
Somewhere else. So Draven won this whole event, which is cool because I thought Draven was probably going to be good when I got to see what he did. He draws a lot of cards. He's got good colors. Like, he just does the good stuff. And he wants you to play the game. But let's talk a little bit about this Draven list.
Well, before we talk about the Draven list, I want to talk about it's interesting. So there were two Kaisa, which is a new deck that made it.
Rek'Sai.
There were two Rek'Sai.
That's what I meant to say. Sorry, like I said, there's one Kaisa and Boo Kaisa.
And then
but there were two Rek'Sai, which is really interesting to see, and I can't wait to see these deck lists. I'm not seeing them anywhere here, but Rek'Sai is a really interesting list, and I really feel like as people kind of like figure out the metagame, I feel like Rek'Sai is one of those that will settle into like a upper spot probably.
Yeah.
So, but notably, some of the stuff that we talked about in the last podcast, there's no Aurelia here. There's no Azir.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a really interesting tournament turnout, and it could still be that these characters are new. So there are people that haven't moved onto the new characters yet, and are still kind of like refining what they're already playing. Because you see that a lot, like in the early days of like new sets. Like you're gonna see the early adopters, the people that are like, oh, that's my favorite character, or oh, I want to play something new. I've been playing this deck for the last so many months. I've got to touch something new.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
And then you do still have the people that are like, well, this character was tier 0, and surely they don't go from tier 0 to bottom of the barrel with a set release unless something gets intentionally nerfing them, which I don't see with Kaisa or Yi. So it is really interesting to see that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I like I said, I'm not surprised to see Kaisa, Yi, Victor. They were showing up in tournaments already. Same with Teemo. Was showing up, kind of sneaking in to top 32s, top 16s.
Victor is an interesting one, starting to creep up really late. Like he didn't have a whole lot of success until I feel like pretty lately. Like you're starting to see more Victors really creep up into those top percentages.
Yeah, I think we're seeing more people try and join the Glorious Evolution than ever.
Whatever
before.
that means.
That's a meme for people who know about Victor from a long time ago, because I don't think he talks about that anymore.
Never heard of it.
Anyway, but yeah, like Teemo was sneaking in, Victor was sometimes sneaking in, Kaisa and Yi were dominant during this whole time up through Houston Regional, etc. I wouldn't have been surprised if we were told, yeah, this was won by Kaisa, or this was won by Yi. I'd been like, okay. I mean, that sucks because I want to root for these new big things. But, like, who'd they beat? Maybe they beat some cool new thing. But to see how dominant Draven is in this section tells me that a lot of people are kind of really in on red-purple. Annie is also red-purple. Doing the same kind of thing. Well, not the same kind of things, but wanting to play the game with those two, like that combination, and getting cool effects. In this case, seeing a lot of extra cards when you successfully play the game. When you win, get rewarded. That is the Draven ethos in a nutshell.
Get rewarded for winning.
Harder.
Speaking of the Draven ethos that is existing and permeating the scene, apparently but from 973 total players across 11 events in China, This is all top 8 deck distribution related.
Oh, okay.
43.2%, the leading percentage by a large margin, is Draven.
Yeah, people are putting a lot of stocks in Draven, and that is not related to what we're doing right now, what we're talking about right now, but
It
just
sort of is,
as a show of how dominant Draven is becoming
Yeah.
in the new meta game.
And that's all that was for. Yeah.
But to be fair, I do think this is similar. Think about when we're gonna allude to a different card game that's been around for a long time. When Magic gets new sets, almost always the early adopters are aggro decks. And Draven wants to play aggro. He wants to win fights because he gets extra rewarded for them. He gets his points and he gets new cards, and then he wins more fights and he gets to win more and more and more and close out the game that way. So I do think that I don't think Draven is like obviously our game is different because we are a leader game, a leader based game. So the rules don't apply exactly the same way, but it could be that we're seeing a new version effectively of what used to be called Magic Red Deck Wins. Where it's just the most aggro thing that we can do when nobody knows what the new cards really do is the best option. And so we might be seeing that there's a world where when we get handed set 3, the most aggro character of set 3 gets put onto the leaderboards because do you know how to solve this game plan? That's my early prediction for whoever is the most aggro character of set 3 is going to be in those distributions like Draven is now.
That's not a bad take at all either.
Well, I'm
I
glad
don't
you agree with
disagree.
my take.
Yeah.
Jake, I know you like to disagree with me about takes. What's your opinion?
No, I don't really disagree. I feel like as the meta developing, as the set 2 meta develops, it's really easy just to like latch onto a character that does something simple, and is rewarded. Like Draven is rewarded just for playing a portion of the game. Like, did you win a combat? Draw a card. As we've
A
seen time and time
prominent portion
again,
of the game.
drawing cards is very important. Hand advantage is massive.
Word.
The more cards you see in your deck, the more tools you have to stop your opponent from doing whatever it is they're doing. And if you're seeing twice as many cards as your opponent, you have twice as many opportunities than your opponent. Really, seeing somebody that is in a spot where they want to take a very large portion of the game and then benefit from playing that portion of the game, it's very strong.
Yeah, I mean, like, and winning combats is such an integral part of the game. It's kind of why Yi's so good. Defending is such an integral part of the game. Him buffing defenders so well is what makes him good. It's the same idea here. It's like, well, when I win so much more than what you thought I was going to win. And then with Kaisa again, spending power is such an integral part of the game. When I spend less power but get the same results, that makes me good. It's the same idea.
Yeah, there's especially on 2 of the colors that are really doing a lot of work. Like red's got a lot of the problem solving, kill your stuff, draw some cards, and then purple's got the I don't really want to deal with that, or that's too big for me to handle. Put it back in your hands, get it off this battlefield. And what's really interesting is if they start a combat with you and you fight or flight something away, you win that combat.
Win it.
It was still a combat.
The combat started, they lose the combat even if they have 0 might because you sent the person back. And then you draw a card. So your fight or flight also becomes win this combat, draw a card. It's like no, and also I draw.
Yeah, which is very strong. Like Purple, there's some really cool stuff. Let's get into this list a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about this list a little bit. Obviously, anybody who doesn't know, I'm going to still sell you on Draven, Glorious Executioner. He is red purple, and he has when you win a combat, draw a card. That's all he has. Literally no other abilities on this man other than I see cards.
Pretty simple, pretty easy.
We'll talk about the 3 battlefields that were chosen, and we can start like applying why these battlefields were chosen as we get deep into the deck. The 3 battlefields chosen were Zon Warrens, which from set 1. When you conquer here, discard 1, then draw 1. Just digging a little bit deeper. Targon's Peak. When you conquer here, ready 2 runes at the end of the turn. Just get to defend a little easier when you win those. And then the new one is Minefield, which has, when you conquer here, put the top 2 cards of your main deck into your trash. There's probably a reason for that. We'll see when we get into the deck.
Yeah, I there's a couple of things that I think are definitely here for that. You got your. We'll start by looking at some of the units in here. First off, Draven Vanquisher is the champion unit. That's your 4-drop, no power, 4 might. When I win combat, play a gold gear token. Exhausted. When I attack or defend, you may pay 1 red power.
Yeah, 1
if
fury.
you do, give me 2 might this turn.
Yep.
So as you generate gold, you're gonna be able to spend it to buff him. It's gonna make him really hard to take care of. And then you have like Overzealous Fan. When I defend, you may kill me to move an attacking unit to its base. Fight or flight on a creature.
Yeah. Fight or flight on a stick, as they used to say, or they do say in a lot of other card games. Very good.
Traveling Merchant. When I move, discard 1, draw 1.
Draw.
Treasure Hunter. When new card for the new set, 1 might, 2 energy. When I move, play a gold gear token. Exhausted.
Yeah, this has shown up in I think every single list that had purple that we looked at over the last couple weeks as pretty much a 3-of. They're just like, yeah, it's free.
Yeah, I think almost every deck that's playing purple right now has cycled this card into their deck. Andrew, if you can show that one right there or wherever you're going for that card. It covered Bryan's face with it. He's my treasure hunter.
Thanks, babe.
We're seeing 1 Vi destructive,
which makes sense. Which might also be part of why Minefield's here. You discard
them, you
play the Vi, you put them back and have a big recycle.
So there's a lot of synergy with the discard, actually, because you're playing Traveling Merchant also, which discards draws. You've got Ezreal, Prodigy, Purple Ezreal, 3 energy, 1 power. When you play me, discard 1, then draw 2. Optional additional cost, you may pay 1 or 1 power less.
Ezreal's so cool.
Yes,
so for optional stuff, you can save power. He comes in, draws you, he replaces himself, and draws the card. So he replaces himself and the card you discard. So
and then, also makes equip cheaper, and Draven Vanquisher's buff effect cheaper for that turn. Right, it's just that turn, when he plays him. Or is it a separate static. It's a separate static. That's actually really
it's
strong.
really good.
It's even stronger than I thought.
I'm gonna attack or defend. I'm gonna pay the 1. I'm gonna reduce that power. Give it 2 might. You can't sit there and stack it over and over again. You can every single time, I think, because he's gonna get it for the turn.
Yeah. So every time, if you attack the 1 battlefield, then you can go to the other one.
Yeah,
you can get +4
again, or if you were to defend multiple times. If they were to do a thing and you successfully defend,
interesting,
and he lives,
that sounds gross.
I definitely see an idea where it's like
this list is pretty
Vanquisher plus Overzealous Fan. They attack, you kill Overzealous Fan, you knock it back, and you paid the 2. You paid the power, but you didn't actually have to pay a power because of Prodigy on the field. And he goes, oh, he's a 6 now. And then they attack you again, and you pay the power to make him an 8, and then you fight or flight him. And he's like, no, I never said that you could come over here. And then he just gets bigger and bigger, and both of those times you won combats and you got to replace cards.
Yeah, that's incredible. I kind of see the vision with that. That's pretty crazy. And then you have, so this is I think probably the prime reason why we care about having a bunch of stuff in our drop, or one of the big main reasons.
1 of 2.
So we have Fizz, Trickster. When you play me, you may play a spell from your trash with energy cost no more than 3, ignoring the energy cost. Recycle that spell after you play it.
Yeah, goes back to the bottom.
So the stuff in your drop is still playable.
And we have, let's talk about the last unit, and then I want to talk about the gear that's in here.
There should be
Yeah.
2 more units, right?
There are 2 more
so-
units. So there is Battering Ram, which of course just costs less for each card you've played this turn to a minimum of 1. So you just play a bunch of cards and drop it.
Yep.
And then you have Rasa the Sunderer, who of course costs 1 energy less for each card in your trash. You just end up recycling the power and get a 6 drop really early or I say early, a 6 drop for cheap.
Yeah. And like that's the big thing is like the Rasa very good. He's playing 3 of Rasa,
Yeah.
2 of his, 3 Ezreal. Really wanting to bank on some of these. I think Rasa very good 6 might, and if you're getting stuff in the drop early, it comes out really quick as a 6 might. Tell us about the gear, Nick.
All right. So to start us off, we have Seal of Discord at 3, which costs 0. We have to recycle 1 purple power. And then you of course tap it as a reaction to add a purple power. So that makes Rasa free to play depending on what you have in your trash.
It makes any card that recycles a purple free. Or just recycles any.
So helping a lot with that purple synergy. Let's see. The next gear we have is Last Rites.
Yes, that's the coolest one, but there's actually one more. There's Scrap Heap in here.
There it is. Sorry. So
no one cares about Scrap Heap, so I don't mind. Like,
we're gonna roll back to talk about Scrap Heap real quick
because he's like, we're not talking about Last Rites, we're talking about Scrap Heap.
We're talking about Scrap Heap?
Yeah. Brian wouldn't let me talk about the cool card first. So
you gotta talk about it
Scrap
last.
Heap is a 2-cost card. When this is played, discard or killed, draw 1. So we get a little bit more draw power.
Just set 1 card.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now Last Rites, which is cost 3. It's an equipment, and equip pay 1 purple power, recycle 2 cards from your trash. That's the cost. It gives +2 to your might, and when I conquer or hold, you may play a unit from your trash. Free 99.
Which
you still pay costs.
You still pay costs.
Yeah, you still pay it, but very importantly,
okay, not free 99.
Let's
pay
look
for
at
it.
The cards that we have. Ross is free once you've put a handful. You pay the cost, and you go, yeah, man, 0 plus this. You play a Fizz, and then get to recycle.
Play a Fizz, play a spell,
play an Ezreal because you've milled one on accident. Mill a Traveling Merchant for 2. Get your Vi so that you can recycle everything. Play this Battering Ram after you play a couple,
get back your Draven Vanquisher.
Yeah, you play 2 Rasas and a Draven Vanquisher, and then you get to go, and this Battering Ram is free.
I will so noted, we don't have Draven's signature in here. He don't need it. He's too good.
That is surprising because I do think his signature is very strong.
Brian,
it just doesn't work with this.
Yeah, with this list. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Jake?
No, you're good. I was gonna say I also agree. I don't think his signature really works with this list and what this list is trying to do. I think this list is really on the I'm gonna play everything for free and draw a bunch of cards and see all my cards. If you try to stop me, then okay. Let's just say you wanna run over the spells real quick.
Yeah. So we've got some unexciting ones and some new ones. We'll start from the beginning. Called Shot, which is a 0 energy, recycle 1 chaos or purple rune. It's an action that just says look at the top 2 cards of your main deck, draw 1, recycle the other. But it also has repeat. You may pay the repeat cost, which is recycle 1 chaos or purple rune to do it again. So,
or use your Seal of Discords.
Use your Seal of Discords. Use your gold tokens. Use Ezreal. Gets the first one free. Maybe the second or third one free if you have multiple Ezreals on field. This card just lets you dig and draw a bunch of cards. Draw the specific ones you want to draw. We have Stack Deck. Same thing. draw the specific cards you want to draw. We have Falling Star, which of course kills units. That's what it's here for. That's what it's been doing this whole
Falling
time.
Star.
We have another new one, Bushwhack. This is a 2 energy recycle 1 fury or red. It has hidden, so you can hide it at a base, and it has friendly units enter ready this turn. Play a gold gear token exhausted. So you pay the energy to hide it, and then you get the energy back on a future turn when you reveal Bushwhack. It seems really strong. It's basically a red version of, is it Confront? Challenge? The orange one?
Oh, I think it's Confront, yeah, where you draw a card and
You draw a card and then you go, hey man, they're ready. And instead of drawing a card,
ready.
you get the energy back. Which I think is also still good. I think both those are very strong. Then we, of course, have Fight or Flight. Great card. Everybody knows it. Not exciting. It does the good stuff. Rebuke is also in this list for the same reason. And if we note, every spell that I have named is 3 or less, which means Fizz may play it.
Mm-hmm.
If we look at the sideboard, every spell but one, which is a 1 of, is 3 or less. Fizz may play this card when you see Fizz. And of course, you may play Fizzes off of your last rites, which brings you back in. Just a lot of cool graveyard recursion synergy going on in this list.
And then we have the sideboard. Jake, you want to go over the sideboard real quick?
No. She does
not. No?
Too scary.
It's too
scary?
It's not the fact that you're falling asleep on us?
It could be.
The deck just isn't exciting enough to him. He's not really part of the Draven gang.
He is not.
I guess maybe
he's not a Draven believer. Not like we were. Not like I was, for sure.
I mean, I wasn't, but this deck seems sick. I wouldn't mind piloting it.
No, the deck is cool. The sideboard, you got the extra Falling Star. Mm-hmm. Playing 2 hard bargains for when you need to counter stuff.
Would you like to read Hard Bargain out for people who might not know exactly
for
what it does?
the new people in the chat that don't know what set 2 cards do.
Here's what this one does.
For 2 energy, it's a reaction. It counters a spell unless its controller pays 2, and you can pay 2 to repeat the spell's effect.
That's true. That's what it does.
That's what it does. It's a good card.
Small side tangent. Speaking of people that are just getting into this game and might not know what set cards to do, the person that won this event started playing this game 10 days before the tournament.
That's what they tweeted out about. At least.
Yeah.
We're going to take their word for it.
So pretty cool. Pretty interesting. New people still getting into the game and winning tournaments.
Absolutely. Always cool. You could always be the next person to just be really great at an event.
It's true. Then we've got 2 switcheroos. Another new card. Love the art on it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
2 energy.
Such a fun card.
Recycle 2 chaos power. It's a hidden action. Swap the might to 2 units at the same battlefield this turn. Your 10 might thing against my 2 might thing?
Switcheroo,
baby.
You've ultra minused the might of my Draven Vanquisher because I buffed it a little bit. I'll actually swap my garbage might with your okay might unit that you kept.
Perfect.
Yeah, lots of cool effects out of Switcheroo.
1 Thermo Beam. This one's interesting. I feel like Thermo Beam should be seeing a lot more play, especially with all the gear being played right now, but we'll see how that goes. And then this card's seeing a lot of rides and stonks. Beer in here, Thunder Song.
Yeah, Bryn here, Thunder Song.
Which is a set 1 card, 6 energy, 5 might. When you play me, opponents can't play cards this turn.
Yeah, just go, no. Anyway, let me kill you. I think the big part of that is because of last rites, you can play this card early and then just go, oh, well, turns out you're not allowed to play cards this turn. And now I'm allowed to just go off and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
On those kill turns, etc. I think that's really strong.
Yeah, I think Last Rites in general is like a really good card.
Last Rites is cool. And it's also a card of one of my favorite characters. When he gets a legend, I'm so excited to see what Yorick does. Because Yorick is sick. And
No.
people hate him.
Yeah.
He's not Teemo hated, but he's hated.
Oh, he's hated. For good reason, too.
Because he's cool as hell. And they're jealous.
I don't know anything about these characters. I just like the card game.
Never heard of him. Yeah, Nick's an avid player of
Cardboard.
Harold Top.
Harold Top.
So
yeah,
What?
that's gonna be the next character he plays is gonna be Harold. Spelled Harold.
I don't know what these people are getting on about.
We're just making
But,
fun
We'll
of
find
you.
out.
You don't know names from this game.
Oh yeah, terrible
overall,
at it.
this list looks really good.
It's cool.
Like, Draven, very good character. Draven stonks her up.
On the rise, baby. I was already
10 out of
excited for him.
16.
Yeah, 10 out of 16 is so much. We're gonna rate him a perfect 10 out of 16.
We can talk about some of the matches he even played. So this deck played in Swiss. It played Victor. It went 2-1, so it dropped a game to Victor. Then it played Kaisa, went 2-0 against Kaisa. Played against Rek'Sai, 2-0 against Rek'Sai. Another Draven, 2-0'd. Another Draven, intentional draw. Annie, 2-0'd. Darius, 2-0.
Another Draven.
And then another Draven, intentional draw. And then top cut, top 16 played a Draven, 2-0'd. Top 8 played that Victor that top 16'd, 2-1.
Possibly even the same Victor, because he went 2-1 again.
So what's really interesting about that is that means the Victor that was in top 16 made it to top 8. Very cool.
It probably be another Draven to get there.
Yeah. Top 4 Draven, 2-0. And finals, played a Draven.
Unsurprisingly, because there were so many of them. 2-0. Yeah, the fact that he was
Just
winning
shows
2-0 is so...
Yeah, it shows
so
the
great.
consistency of this, which is really cool, and very much looking forward to seeing how everything develops more as people have more time with the cards.
For sure.
Yeah,
for
I mean
sure.
it's just Draven. Like again,
Draven
it's an
things.
easy deck. Like an easy mechanic to understand, not easy deck, but it does something simple and like consistency. If you see your entire deck, you get to play your entire deck. Like that's just kind of how it is.
Yeah, I do think with the way this deck is built, it's so low to the ground that basically you never feel bad about drawing a card because there's a good 50-60% chance you can play that card if it actually is impactful on that turn that you pick it up. And that doesn't feel as true about set 1 decks. There's a lot of, I drew this and I'm like, that's really cool. I wish this had just been in my hand because then I could have done something with this. I could have really solved a problem. And now I have to wait till the next turn to solve that problem.
Yeah, I do feel like this kind of like this low to the ground, interesting deck list. I'm interested to see how this deck evolves, if at all, and if we start seeing more of this style of list.
I think
like most of the mechanic for this list is purple. So like most purple decks can do a very similar thing, if not completely the same thing.
Yeah, I do think that other than the fact that you're wanting to have Draven here to get you some extra gold tokens, gold gears, and then you have, which obviously that's your champ, so you're allowed to have that guaranteed. And Draven, the legend himself, the man, the myth, the legend, drawing you a card whenever you win your combats. Any other red purple is allowed to basically run this list verbatim.
Yeah.
And figure out ways to do the same thing. They just have to draw those cards, which is kind of, I think, what makes him good is he gets that extra couple of card draws that let him get a little further to finding all answers.
Yeah, I was gonna say you start out with like some of the smaller, like I'll draw a card here, draw a card there, but also like I'm drawing a card on conquering or on winning fights. I'm drawing a card on this. I'm drawing a card on that. Like you could copy and paste this list to like Annie. I wouldn't. I don't think this list is good in Annie, but I do understand the sentiment. And like this looks like a very good, impactful. Everything is low to the ground, like you said. Like this is a good deck. Like there doesn't seem to be any real pain points that I can distinguish off the top of the like just looking at it. And obviously he won a big event, so
Yeah, he won a fifth of Houston's regional, basically, which is still big because Houston was gigantic. So definitely, list is really cool. Congratulations to him. I'll go to his name because I do not remember it. Not gonna lie. Gianluca Di Clemente. Congratulations on your win. Everybody else should be clapping. Don't be.
Do something for you.
Or clap, or thumbs up, something. I don't know it. Anyway, that's all I have.
And that's all we got.
Ignoring him. That's all the time we have today. As always, we appreciate anybody who wants to like, comment, subscribe, share our this anywhere that you want to. We appreciate anybody who spends any time with us here. It does help us a lot when you do those things and when you engage with us. Like I said before, pre-orders have been up for approximately 24 hours as of the time you're probably watching this. Tell us below, were you able to pre-order easy? Was there any issues? Maybe the site was down. I don't know. That's the future's past. But let us know anything else you want to talk about in the comments, of course, as well. We appreciate any time you guys want to spend with us here. As always, I've been Bryan, a Draven enjoyer.
I've been Jake. Response on play, days, futures, past, present, future.
And I've been Nick. My Irelia and Ezekiel players, comment down below on what card you're looking forward to. Let's show these Draven players what's up. And have a good day, y'all.
You called him Ezekiel again.